If you're a business professional trying to leverage LinkedIn to get more appointments, more conversations, but you're struggling to deal with prospects that just simply ignore your messages or leave you ghosted, I'm going to share with it in this video what I've learned after doing hundreds of thousands of DMs, what has helped me get more responses, but ultimately better, fruitful conversations, and that lead to appointments and better yet deals. So, number one is a lot of times I see the people I'm helping with in LinkedIn, we are too salesy, right? Just straight up in the conversation. We want it to be more conversational, more collaborative, more casual, believe it or not. We don't want the corporate speak. We want to act as a colleague, as a friend. Now, that doesn't mean being unprofessional and having lowercase sentences to start with or so many smiley faces, right? But you do want to be less like a corporate person, right? And just simply connecting with people, it's totally fine. As a connection message, literally in general, I have it just saying, hey, saw you that you're in the real estate space. I thought it would be nice to connect. It's totally great. But when you have an opening message, draw curiosity, acknowledge their world, and basically ask them a question about, their business that pertains to obviously your service, like whether it be finances, sales, marketing, etc. And so just come at it with a less salesy approach, less about here's how I can help you, more like, hey, let me understand what you need help with, right? Understand and know their world and what they're struggling with first. The second thing is just be polite. A lot of times in outreach, frankly put, people are going to say and be abrupt and say, no thanks, not interested, please leave. Honestly, I get the word F off a lot, even on LinkedIn, and that's totally fine. They might have had a bad day at work. They might have had a bad business day, whatever. They're just taking it out on you, someone they don't know. Don't take it to heart. And that is a hard thing to do, especially in the beginning if you've never done outreach before. It took me a while. But trust me when I say this, they obviously don't know you. They don't know who you are personally. So don't take it to heart. Just keep going, and volume will negate luck. The more no's you get, eventually that yes from someone who needs your service will come. And just be polite about it. Again, my point being is, if someone says not interested, that's totally fine. They're just being upfront. They're not here to waste your time. They might believe that they're not in the right place to actually utilize a service like yours. That's totally fine. Just move on and keep going on to the next prospect. The third thing I want to say is part of being the first one, being less salesy, you also want to be um, more about benefits, more about the transformation itself. When I talk about, AI, some of my friends in business who are selling AI, whether it be lead generation or softwares or even a receptionist that literally can call people's leads for them, which is so cool, by the way. Essentially, a lot of times they just talk too much about the product, too much about, hey, can stay up at, 24/7. You don't need to pay it a wage or give it a raise, right? These are features that you're talking about. What does that have to do with their specific situation as an owner, who you're talking to? And so by being able to know the benefits of, in this case, AI or what you service, speak about that. What is the transformation you're trying to bring? For example, it could be that, hey, as a gym owner, by implementing this AI, you don't have to rush back and forth between, your next appointment or your next client and worry about the lead that's calling your front desk, or else they're going to go to your competitors. Like, just focus and stay on the field. Just focus and stay on the turf with your clients and do what you love, right? And spend time doing that 24/7. Let the AI qualify people with only people who want your service. That's that's a real benefit right there, okay? So just to give you an example, talk about the benefits, less about the product itself, the features. Now, the other thing I want to share is there's times where you just need to follow up, right? And I have a whole video of like my follow-up sequence that I'll link down below. But essentially, just know that when people ignore you or stop messaging you, they're busy, right? Especially if you're business to business, going after business owners. Rightfully so. They are traveling. They are focusing on closing their own clients. They are focused on deep tasks given to them. So don't take it to heart if they ignored you for a week, right? And you can see my follow-up sequence. It's 7 days to 10 days, and even after that, weeks on end of good follow-up that isn't pushy, but yet just reminds them, hey, it seems like this conversation dropped off. We'd love to see if we can revive it, and if you're still dealing with it. If not, no worries, just let me know. Very simple monologue conversations like that lead to them saying, hey, I've just been busy. Yes, let's set up a call this week. It's totally fine if they don't get back to you within a day or even a week. Don't consider it a dead lead yet. Keep following up with them, especially if they open the conversation. The other thing I want to also talk about, especially when it comes to LinkedIn, is optimizing your profile. A lot of times conversations dies before it even began, only because your profile doesn't seem appropriate or legit or meet congruently with what you're sharing with them in your messages to them. For example, just a simple one. I had a friend who's going after multiple different verticals, multiple different niches, from architects to roofers to gym owners. And his thing was just, again, like marketing, like I generate leads for business. It's too broad, right? We don't believe, like, hey, you can actually help me, my industry, right? And because your product, your profile is just saying business. It's too broad. Like, I don't know if this is right for me. I can argue that it can help a garage modeling company, right? So be hyper specific about who you're helping. Okay. Like for me, example, I help B2B business professionals and consultants looking to get more clients under their belt, right? Through LinkedIn DMs. So that's my specific target audience, what they're specifically looking for as a desired outcome. Be specific in your profile. People will do their diligence nowadays in this skeptical world before they message people. They will do their diligence on who you are, who you help, and if it makes sense to message you back. If you don't have it buttoned up, chances are they're going to ignore it. Okay, so make sure your profile is optimized for your client avatar in your niche. The last thing I want to really share is, have emotion. Whether it be in your messaging, be in your posts, be in your profile. Again, kind of the first thing I mentioned, no corporate speak, but have humor, have emotion in it, have humor in your messages, whether it be in your follow-up, and obviously be appropriate, rightfully so, right? You don't want to say like, hey, seems like, life got the best of you, ha ha ha, to a lawyer. It's like, don't say that, but there's certain things like I said to gym owners, like in follow-up, for example, I said, hey, you're just as good as my workout buddy. He never shows up. And they obviously resonate with that because they get the joke, the inside joke about how, your partner never shows up on time to workouts with you. Anyways, I don't even know why I had to explain that. But stuff like that. And they actually laugh at that. They joke about it. And, you want to have those humor, to enlighten the conversation and be positive, especially in follow-up. So elaborate a lot on like humor, on jokes, wittiness. It's totally, totally fine. It separates you from other people outreaching to your prospects as well. So hopefully all these tips, I don't even know how many tips I gave you, but really just going off the cuff, how many, times I've been ignored in the DMs. These are the things that have helped me revive conversations or just simply get more conversations started and on the right path versus people saying, I'm too salesy or not interested and just being polite and leaving me or ghosting me. These are the things that I took into notice that has really helped me get better conversations. So hopefully this video helped. I'm going to come out with more videos again. If you guys have certain things that you need help with in your outreach, just drop it down below and I would love to help.